Aiden drifted through the endless black of space in his small starship, the Iron Hawk. Stars stretched around him like silver dust, and the cold vacuum whispered of loneliness. For years, he had traveled alone, surviving on his skill, instincts, and the faint memory of a life he barely remembered. He was a human warrior, hardened by endless battles and the loss of everything he loved. The galaxy had changed. Once, humans had been explorers, builders, traders. Now, they were scattered, hunted, and weak compared to the alien species that ruled vast star systems. Yet, Aiden never lost hope. He had a fire inside him, a stubborn belief that one day he might find answers about his parents, lost to the chaos of war. He checked the ship's sensors. A small planet appeared on the screen, orbiting a pale blue star. No signals of life, at least not any that his scanners could detect. Maybe some supplies, he muttered to himself. Maybe a clue. He pushed the ship's controls, and the Iron Hawk descended toward the planet's surface. The ground was rocky, scarred by ancient impacts. A thin, reddish mist clung to the craters, giving the planet an eerie glow. As he stepped out, Aiden's boots crunched against the brittle stones. The air was breathable, but strange. Something about this place felt different. He moved carefully, scanning for danger. Years of survival had taught him that every shadow could hide a predator, every sound could be a threat. And yet, he felt a strange pull here. Something he couldn't explain. A memory, maybe. Or a warning from deep inside. After hours of exploration, he found it. A small ruin, half buried in rock. Strange symbols, not human, were carved into the walls. They glowed faintly, pulsating like a heartbeat. Aiden knelt to examine them. They were not just decorations. They were messages. His fingers traced the carvings. And suddenly, a small hologram flickered to life. A pale, blue light formed the image of a figure tall, regal, and terrifyingly alien. The figure's voice echoed inside the ruin, strange yet clear in his mind. The long-lost bloodline returns. The warrior will rise where shadows rule. Seek the path of ancestors, and the galaxy may yet be saved. Aiden stumbled back, heart racing. Bloodline, ancestors, he whispered. He didn't understand the meaning yet, but his gut told him it was important. He felt a strange warmth in his chest, a feeling he hadn't experienced in years. Something familiar, like home, but distant. He decided to leave the ruin, but before he could, sensors on his suit blinked red. Movement, fast and deliberate, approaching from the mist. Shadows shifted, and a low growl filled the air. Aiden's hand went to his blaster. His eyes scanned. Two figures emerged. Humanoid, but taller and leaner than humans, with pale skin that seemed to shimmer in the dim light. Their eyes glowed faintly, red and sharp. Aiden's heart beat faster, but he did not flee. He had faced worse and survived. "You shouldn't be here," one of them hissed, voice smooth like silk, yet edged with danger. "I could say the same," Aiden replied, calm, his hand steady on his weapon. "I'm just looking for supplies." The two aliens stared at him for a long moment, then exchanged a glance. Finally, one spoke, almost reluctantly. You are not like the others. Your blood, it carries the mark." Aiden frowned. "Mark? What are you talking about?" The second figure stepped forward, her movements graceful, almost feline. "You are of the old line, the human blood that walked with us. You are different. You are not one of the scattered, weak humans. You carry strength we have not seen in centuries." Aiden felt a chill. Memories surfaced. His father, a man he had never really known, speaking of alliances between humans and other species. And his mother, he remembered her face in flashes, smiling, whispering that he was special, even before he could understand why. Wait. The two figures exchanged another look. The taller one nodded. He walked this path. He was trusted among our kind, long ago. But he disappeared. Many believed he was gone, forever. Aiden's chest tightened. He had spent years searching, fighting, surviving, hoping that maybe, just maybe, he would find a clue about his family. Could this be it? Could these aliens hold the answers he had been seeking all his life? Before he could speak again, the ground trembled. A low rumble grew into a roar. From the mist emerged a massive creature, sleek and black, with glowing eyes and razor-sharp claws. It lunged toward them. Aiden didn't hesitate. He raised his blaster and fired. The creature dodged effortlessly, faster than he had imagined. The aliens beside him moved with supernatural speed, their bodies blurring as they struck with claws and energy weapons. Aiden realized then that he was not as powerless as he thought. His instincts kicked in, his reflexes sharper, his mind faster. He dodged the creature's swipe, rolled, and fired again. One shot hit its shoulder, making it roar in anger. The taller alien growled, "Human," surprisingly quick. "You have the fire of your father." Aiden swallowed hard. Fire of my father? His heart pounded. He had survived countless battles, but never felt so connected to someone he had never met. The battle ended with the creature retreating into the mist. But the message was clear. Danger was everywhere. But so was opportunity. After the fight, the aliens led him to a hidden cavern. Inside, the walls glowed with the same symbols he had seen in the ruin. Ancient technology hummed softly, and the air smelled faintly metallic, yet alive. "You have questions," the female said. Her voice was soft, almost human, but her eyes burned with intensity. "We cannot give you all the answers now. But you are the beginning, the start of something that may change the fate of this galaxy." Aiden nodded. "I need to know about my family, about my father, about why I feel like I belong here. I, my, I, 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 I." The taller one stepped closer. "All in time. But first, you must survive what is coming. The galaxy is not ready for the return of your kind, and enemies will come, seeking to destroy it." Aiden clenched his fists. "Then I will fight. I have survived before, and I will survive again. Whatever it takes." They studied him silently. Then the female finally said, "Very well. Rest here. You will need your strength. Tomorrow, your journey, truly, begins." Aiden lay on the cold floor, staring at the glowing symbols above. The fire inside him burned brighter than ever. He didn't fully understand what was happening, but he knew one thing for certain. He was no ordinary human. He carried a legacy that had been forgotten, a bloodline that could change the fate of worlds. As sleep overtook him, one thought echoed in his mind. "I will find my family, no matter what it takes." The stars outside his cavern window shimmered, distant and cold, yet filled with promise. Somewhere out there, answers awaited, and Aiden would find them. Word count: 2. 1,500. Aiden awoke to the soft hum of the cavern. The glowing symbols on the walls cast a dim blue light across the room. His muscles ached, but the battle from the previous day had awakened something inside him. Something he could not yet name. His instincts were sharper, his reflexes quicker. It was as if a part of him, hidden all his life, had finally woken. The taller alien, who had introduced herself as Vera, stood at the entrance of the cavern. She looked down at him, her piercing red eyes seeming to see everything. "You slept," she said, voice calm but firm. "Good. You will need strength. Today, your path begins." Aiden nodded, still feeling the echoes of last night's fight in his chest. "I want answers," he said. "About my father. About my bloodline. About why I feel like I belong here." Vera studied him for a moment, then motioned toward a passage that led deeper into the cavern. "Answers will come," she said. "But first, you must see the truth of your heritage. You must witness what your father helped protect." They walked in silence through twisting corridors, carved from living rock. The walls pulsed faintly, as if the planet itself were alive. The air grew warmer, and a soft glow led them to a room filled with holoscreens. Each screen showed fragments of history, battles, alliances, strange alien worlds. Aiden's eyes widened. "What is all this?" "This is Velroth's memory," Vera explained. "It records events for those who can understand them. Your father." She paused, as if choosing her words carefully. "Your father saved our people centuries ago. Humans were scattered, weak, but he brought hope. He fought with honor. He became one of us, in our hearts, if not in body. And now, that legacy flows through you." Aiden felt a strange mixture of pride and disbelief. His father? A hero among vampires? It was almost impossible to imagine. Yet, looking at the holograms, he saw humans fighting alongside pale, elegant beings he now recognized as the vampires from the cavern. He saw courage, he saw sacrifice, and he saw his father, tall and strong, leading the charge with weapons in hand, inspiring both humans and vampires alike. He was my father?" Aiden whispered. Vera nodded. "Yes. And now, you must walk his path. You carry his blood, and with it, strength that can unite two worlds once more. But beware others seek to destroy what he built. Enemies still linger in the shadows. You will face trials that your father never imagined." Aiden swallowed. "Where do I start?" Vera handed him a small, metallic device. It projected a star map into the air. A particular system blinked on the map, marked with a glowing red symbol. "This," she said, "is the system where your family may still exist, where remnants of your father's allies remain. You must go there. But the journey will be dangerous. Mercenaries, alien warlords, and predators patrol these sectors. You must rely on your wits, courage, and your bloodline." Aiden's heart raced. "I'll go. I have to. I've waited my whole life for this." Vera studied him for a long moment, then said, "Then we leave at once. But know this. You are not just a human. You are a warrior. Like your father. Your instincts and resolve are your greatest weapons." The journey through space was tense. The Iron Hawk cut through asteroid fields and avoided patrols using stealth techniques Aiden had perfected over the years. Yet, despite his skills, he could feel the difference in himself. His senses seemed heightened. He could anticipate threats before they appeared, sense danger in the subtlest movements of the stars. It was as if his father's courage and the alien legacy within him had awakened. After days of travel, they approached the system marked on the map. A cluster of planets and moons surrounded a dying sun, and the sensor readings were unusual. Something large and organic was hiding in orbit. Vera's eyes narrowed. "Predators," she said. "They guard the path. You must be ready." Aiden prepared the ship's weapons, checked his armor, and took a deep breath. He had faced overwhelming odds before, but this felt different. This felt like destiny. As they approached a small, rocky moon, the sensors picked up signs of life, alien architecture, long abandoned, but recently disturbed. Aiden's pulse quickened. Could his family be here? Could this be the place where he would finally find answers? Suddenly, the ship shuddered. A massive energy net wrapped around the Iron Hawk, dragging it down to the moon's surface. Aiden's heart pounded as he activated the ship's defense systems, firing at the energy sources. Sparks flew, and alarms screamed, but the net held firm. Veyra's hands glowed with a faint red energy. She muttered a word in an alien language, and the net dissipated. The ship landed with a rough thud, kicking up clouds of dust and debris. Aiden climbed out, his weapons ready. The moon's surface was barren, but shadows moved in the distance. Figures emerged, humanoid but distorted mercenaries with cybernetic enhancements, clearly not native to the planet. Their leader stepped forward, a towering figure with glowing blue eyes and a jagged energy blade. "You are trespassing," the leader said. "Leave, or die." Aiden didn't hesitate. He stepped forward. "I am not just trespassing. I am looking for my family. My father fought to protect this place. Now it is my turn." The mercenaries laughed. "A human? Alone? You are brave and foolish." Aiden's hands gripped his weapons tighter. "Then, I will show you what foolish humans can do." The battle began. Blaster fire illuminated the moon's surface, sparks flew, and the air filled with the roar of combat. Aiden moved with speed and precision, dodging attacks and striking back with deadly accuracy. Veyra supported him, her movements fluid and almost inhuman, slicing through enemies with sharp claws and energy bursts. Despite being outnumbered, Aiden fought with courage and determination. Each move was calculated, each shot precise. He remembered his father's stories of fighting against overwhelming odds, of standing tall when all seemed lost. He felt that same courage now, flowing through him, guiding his actions. After what seemed like hours, the mercenaries fell back, realizing they were outmatched. Aiden stood in the dust, breathing heavily, yet victorious. Veyra looked at him, impressed. "You are ready," she said softly. "Not just in strength, but in spirit. Your father would be proud." Aiden lowered his weapons, feeling a mix of relief and anticipation. The battle had been a test, and he had passed. But he knew this was only the beginning. The clues he had been following were leading him closer to his family, but dangers lurked everywhere. As night fell on the barren moon, the stars above seemed to shine brighter. Aiden gazed at them, feeling a connection he could not explain. Somewhere out there, his family waited, and he would find them, no matter the cost. Veyra placed a hand on his shoulder. "Rest tonight. Tomorrow, we move closer to the truth. But remember, courage is not enough. You must also trust your instincts, and trust the legacy that flows within you." Aiden nodded. Sleep came fitfully, his mind alive with visions of his father, his mother, and a destiny he was only beginning to understand. He dreamed of glowing cities, vampire elders, and battles that would shape the fate of the galaxy. And somewhere in the distance, hidden among the stars, the first real clue to his family's location awaited him.